Hi guys, this is Brooke. Usually babbling Brooke, but not right now. I'm kind of, even when I rant, I can be babbling Brooke, but I'm very disturbed today. I had to drive up to Little Rock, and it's kind of a long drive, and was listening to the news on the radio, and heard a local news story that was very, very disturbing. And then when I got home, looked it up to see if it had, and as far as I can see, it's barely getting any, it's getting the bare minimum of local news coverage, not even any national news coverage, which, anyways, on Friday afternoon, April 22nd, in Sherwood, Arkansas, a 17-year-old boy named Bryan Thompson was found dead in the parking lot of the rec center, just yards from the police station. He was beaten to death and murdered and robbed, and and then left in his car. This was right next to the police station. There's a library on the adjacent corner. There's a school right next to it. This is not in a very desolate area. Anyhow, 3 teenagers were arrested for the murder. Xavier Porter, 17 years old, Quincy Parker, 15 years old, and Treyvone Miller, 14 years old, were arrested for the murder. So 3 black children, 3 black teenagers murdered a white teenager. And it barely gets local coverage. Not just that, the most disturbing part of all this, really, is that a judge set their bail at $200,000 in a murder case. And they're being tried as adults. This isn't a juvenile court. They are being tried as adults. And their bail is set at $200,000, which you only have to come up with 10% of. 2 judges are responsible for this too, because the first judge set the bail and the second judge upheld the bail. A couple years ago, and it was a teenage girl that was raped by 2 men, which is awful, and they were found guilty. So yes, their bail should have been set high because she was a minor, they were guilty, all kinds of reasons, and it did happen. And they set one of their bail at $1 million and the other one at $1.5 million. But when have they become so terrified of being called racist that they will ignore truth, justice, and what is right because they're that afraid? What the fuck is going on in this world? I am serious. I am terrified of raising my children in what is in this atmosphere. I don't know, please look up the story. Look up the story. I will put it out on Twitter. I will put a link to the local story about it. Yeah, just spread the word, because the fact that there's no outrage over this, no one's even barely heard about it, and it happened last Friday. Within hours, if the opposite happened, if 3 white teenagers murdered a black teenager, can you fucking imagine what would be going on? But these kids who are being tried as adults only get their bail set at $200,000. Are you fucking kidding me? Stop looking at skin color. Nobody gives a shit what color anyone's skin is. It's about truth and what is right. The longer people are afraid of being called something or being called names or all these words, the longer everything's going to be fucked up. So seriously, please just get this story out, because I'm physically ill over this. Anyways, this is Brooke. I love you guys. Have a good one.